Alright, and we back finally. Hell, I thought this factory got abandoned. I thought we were going to come back and there was going to be cobwebs and vines everywhere and holes in the wall where the world was taking it back over. And we may not be here for too awful long tonight. Somebody's being a sicky bitch over there and still not feeling the greatest. But we're going to at least get the changes he's done checked out tonight. So he added selector tags, replaced the INT circuits, integrated circuits with them. So did they change? Did they upgrade? Do they have the same code? Like anything that had them? Yeah, right there. Okay. So it did. They're just now selector tags like in GT6 instead of the stupid ass integrated circuit thing. Are these... What's the recipe for these? I can't do R on it. Let's see. Where is the selector tag? There it is. Okay, so the selector tag is the GT6 recipe with small iron gears and iron rods. So that's cool. No wasting circuits for something that's just a tag. I like it. Changed item and fluid filter covers textures. Don't look at these stupid white things down here. We had to add this mod for a quest thing we'll look at here in a little bit. Hey, Ethrin. These things, I think, are going to get nuked out of here when he's feeling better. Should be able to just replace that recipe and hide everything because they all use that one basic thing, and then you put different versions of it together to make different versions. But it's literally just paper and wool for filters. So they need to get nuked the fuck out of existence. I don't understand how the hell that has anything to do with a questing mod. Alright, Ethrin. Night, man. But anyways, so now we have item filter and fluid filter. They look similar, which is good. You can tell the difference because it's blue and it's pink. Okay, change fluid filter and item fluid. Wait a minute, why do you have that twice? Change item and fluid filter cover textures. Filter. Oh, did you change the look of them on the pipes? Is that what you did? Where do we have a fluid filter I can actually see? I'm not sure where we have a fluid filter I can see. You want to just make one of each? And then I can look at the texture? Because I can see the item texture, but I can't see the... I thought it looked like that. Like a shutter thing. Change fluid filter, made fiber reinforced epoxy resin not craftable in basic mode. That was something we talked about the other day. He still needs to hide it, though. We can still see it, dude. Only the plate we can see. Everything else is epoxy, but we can still see the plate. So you'll need to hide the plate. Let's see. Change fluid filter recipe. Made both fluid and item filter recipes use selector tags. So back to the filters. So it's the same recipe as before, except now you have a selector tag of 0. And the other one is the same thing with a selector tag of 1. So you don't have two different filter recipes. They're the same ass thing. Similar to GT6, but different recipes, obviously, than GT6. And I completely get behind this. I love this change. It was always weird that an item filter was fiber or steel wires and zinc, and then the fluid filter was like a circuit and something. Shutter? It was always way harder to filter fluids than it was items, and I always found that weird.
Circuit and shutter before.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you. So, I definitely like that change, that they're both similar and can be automated without issue in the same machine. Change fluid filter recipe. Hopefully fixed overclocking issues in the blast furnace. We had a discussion and Bear was wrong. You don't use this slot for overclocking. It's, I guess, an inherent overclocking by the dude, why can I punch these out? I thought you fixed that.
Weird. Did I fix that?
I thought you fixed that like long ago when I tried punching them, and it did this where it still looks like it's going to break, but it was really hard to do so. This is like I can punch it for 2 seconds and it's out. Those coils should be really hard to break by hand, especially for idiots like me that talk with their hands. But anyways, apparently it's inherent to the coils. As you upgrade the coils, it overclocks, but it doesn't overclock more than being able to use the buffer that you have on it. So you don't have to upgrade the energy hatch. Trins needs to completely explain that at some point. Obviously not today because he's not feeling well, but I'm still not 100% sure. Like, is there a reason to ever upgrade the energy buffer? Is that going to overclock the machine as well, or is it just the coils that does it? Because typically you upgrade the tier, that does an overclocking. Yeah, that's why I'm saying I think you might need to explain how it's done exactly in here at some point. Maybe we'll do a video specifically on overclocking blast furnaces and shit.
Yeah, the main thing I did with the code just made sure it matched with GT5U code.
Yeah, but I never understood that one, so that's not helping. It'll help other people, but it ain't going to help me because I never understood it. I'm not an overclocking person. As you can tell, we have mostly LV machines. I believe in making more than overclocking and paying 4 times more for twice the power. So, I've never been one of the let's tier up every machine to the same tier thing and make ass amounts of fucking power for no fucking reason, just to be wasteful. That's why I wouldn't fit well into the New Horizon shit. They'd find me crazy if I tried playing that. Which you and I need to discuss something later when we get done. Because, the Russian people figured out how to get the magic out. Now you just got to figure out, rather than how to get the magic out, how to get the Russian stupidity out. Because you still can't load it. I'll explain when we get done. Remove thorium from the blast furnace. That is great, because thorium should not be in a blast furnace. And plus, that was a ridiculous recipe. The amount of time that thing was supposed to be taking. So we can just make it in a furnace. Alright. Fix the Walsonite recipe, so that means that this back here should be able to run without being lostful now. But I need to get some more silicon dioxide in there. So let me go grab some. Do we have any silicon dioxide left? No, but we got some quartz. We'll take some quartz. I might need to go get some. Speaking of, how is the centrifuge is done? Let's see. Oh yeah, looks like it's done its job and gone through all the things. We still need to get the fluorite dust down there where we need it. Yeah, that looks like it's done its job. Very nice. We're packed up on sulfur dioxide again, but I think that's because we're not using... I thought you went to bed. Why is the text white on light gray background for the electric furnace display? Shouldn't the text be black? The fuck now? The hell did you just say? On the electric furnace display. Do we even have an... Where did you see an electric furnace? I don't know what you're talking about. GTi recipe search.
Sure, it says
okay, everything's white up there. Why would it be black instead of white? Oh, you're saying the white on light gray there. Everything's that way. That's just how GTi is. That's not us. That's just GTi. Oh, there's my filters. Alright, so this is a fluid filter. We can just pop it there. Nice. That's the GT6 filter, I think, ain't it?
mm-hmm.
I like it. You can actually tell what it is because it isn't just a square or a shutter texture. Alright, so added raw ore to solid fuel boiler. That was a question that we had from Chubby, which also Ned had brought up before. I still disagree with it. I still think you should have to hammer it. There's no reason you can't get small ores to get a hammer and use wood for your first fuel, but Trins agreed with them after those two both complained about it, so that's the way it's going to be. No, the required text below the item that tells you what is needed, it's a bit hard to read. Again, JI, not us. Or at least I think. Trins will have to answer that because I don't know for sure. Oh, you're talking this down here.
Well, that's a JI does wonders thing.
Is that a JI thing too?
I'd have to check the code.
I don't actually have
right now
issue with reading it, and I have bad eyes. So Trins can't edit the text color. He does for the L. He said he'll check into it. I don't see an issue with it, but he can check into it and see if it's something he can change. He obviously can change at least the LV part, so. Like you said. Let's see. Fix surface rocks not being able to be disabled. This is another thing I find completely asinine. This was a request by Econ. I thought was really weird because I haven't played Vintage Story in a long ass time, but I know where Vintage Story came from and surface rocks were a thing. So I didn't know that they took them out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it looks in GT6 too, Ethern. And I don't disagree with you that black would be easier. I'm just saying that I don't have an issue reading this because it has the black underneath whatever. I agree, it contrasts well being black on white or light gray or whatever, and does make it a bit easier. But I don't see where this is hard to read. That's the only thing I'm trying to say is if it isn't hard to read just because it's easier to read, is it a necessary change?
I know it'd be easier to read.
What?
I know it'd be easier to read, but for some reason it also seemed weird to me.
It would seem weird to you because you're used to JEI. It doesn't seem weird to us because we're used to NEI. And NEI, it was black. Because now that I looked at what he showed me, that looks normal. But it also looks flat and less dynamic because it's not got the shadow behind it. Which I think is what JEI was trying to go for, was making it look more fancy and dynamic because that's modern Minecraft for you. Don't make it better, just make it fancy and dynamic. Okay, what else do we have to check today? Made battery buffer able to be extracted from. Okay, so we can finally do the battery thing. Let's check this out. This is one that I was really wanting to... Okay, there's no battery in there. Is it in the pipe? Yes, it's in the pipe, so it did get extracted out. Now the question is it going to go through the pipe back where it's supposed to go, or is it going to go in here? Do I need a filter? Yes, it's going to go right back in there. So we're going to have to put a filter on there, blocking the empty battery from going back in. Although we have two oh, fuck. Hiccups. They are two separate items if they have power or they're empty. So that should be easy enough.
It's just that's showing up in GI as two items.
Oh, okay. So it's not actually two items?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it going to be easy to filter that?
I mean, it should be.
Well, I guess we're going to find out, huh? We're going to use one of these item filters. And I got to get this out of here. Now that is the pull it the fuck out. Now, can we pull it? We talked about this before. It has an item filter in it. Okay, so that is only pulling out if it's full. So now if I take, let me put this down here, like that, and if I put in my battery, well, for one thing, it's not draining it. Are we full of power? Holy crap, we're full of power. How the hell did we get completely full of power? Well, it's not pulling it out. That's the important part.
Yeah, that's the acid battery, too.
Oh, duh. Shut up, Trends. Okay. NBT. Will that be what we want? If I put that right there, is that going to do anything?
Only one way to find out.
Blacklist an empty battery. That's what I'm wanting. Alright, so let me come over here and fill this bitch back up. Where is the... Oh yeah, we need to go into the extractor. And then that'll get pulled out of there, go into the canning machine, get canned up, go back through our line here, and then should end up back in here. Should. It might still be filling. Oh. Item auto out. Wasn't clicked for some reason.
That worked.
It worked. It's in there. Alright, so now we just gotta let it drain, which it's doing. And if I could stop falling all the way to the fucking basement, because somebody has to make this place look like it's Swiss cheese. Somebody needs to ban this guy from fucking pickaxes. He turns everything into Swiss cheese. Okay, we do that. That's going to drain. While we're standing here, did you figure out what the fuck is wrong with this thing? And why our sulfur's not draining?
No, I haven't yet.
Alright. We need to figure out what the hell's wrong with that portal, because I know it's connected. I thought we checked it. Now, the only thing with this is there's a pipe missing out here. I need to check that real quick. Well, it's running. Okay, so that is blacklisting the full battery. So we should be able to now put a pipe back here. So once that gets empty, it'll go back into there. And this will just give us a nice little sulfuric acid sink that'll keep using up our sulfuric acid. Okay, it's completely drained. I don't see it getting pulled out yet, though. Would you get the fuck out of there? There's nothing in the pipe. Okay, it's out. It didn't go back in. Let's go see if the extractor's running. It sounds like it. The extractor's not, but the canning machine, I think, was. Do you have a new battery back?
Yep.
Awesome. So that has fixed it. We can now run our sulfuric acid batteries in a loop. Beautiful. Alright, so next on the list, made battery buffers able to be extracted from. Added detailed rocks configs. That's config shit I don't care. Made magnifying glass able to scan rocks. Now I gotta go find a fucking rock. I know there was some. There we go. Rutile, stone type basalt. So, yep, it works. Which is nice because then you don't. And didn't you make a config where they'll be more like GT6 and you can't see them?
Yeah, I'll just show the stone type, not the zero.
Yeah. I want to change to that when we do the hard setting testing.
Of course, it does mean you'll still be able to easily find a little lignite and other thing, but the regular ores you'll have to use magnifying glass to find.
I'm not 100% sure you'd be able to tell at a glance, though, if it's lignite. Well,
I mean,
I don't know that
lignite is a stone layer, so.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the texture between lignite, anthracite, and oil shale, maybe even with like basalt, all kind of look similar to me, just different shades. And with my eyes, I don't think I'd be able to tell the difference for sure. I'd still want a magnifying glass to check. Now, you kids with your, 20/20 vision and shit might be able to fucking do it, but my old ass can't fucking do it. That's for sure. Alright, so I want to take a look at, which this isn't the best time to do this because we're full on power, but I want to see if this thing is going to do its thing. We need coolant. That's got propane in it. That for some reason has Fahoho in it. Oh, because I haven't set up a, I gotta get a centrifuge set up for doing that. Can you make the magnifying glass tell you how much coolant is in a reactor chamber?
Yeah, I can.
Since we don't have that glass-sided thing that, like GT6, you can run, it renders. You can kind of see. But we can also, you know, check with a magnifying glass as well, which is quite nice. Where did we put the injector for this? It's not an injector in here, is it? It's a mixer. Where do we put the mixer at for the... Didn't we make coolant? Yes, it's right here. Is there any way to do localization for the fluid names with the magnifying glass?
No, that's having the same issue as the books. Because it's done on the server side and it's not client side, so I hadn't really accounted for server side stuff. Kind of a pain.
Okay, so now to make thorium rods, which I learned something. Eric stopped by my stream the other day when I was doing GT6 testing, and apparently absorber rods are better than the ones I was using. Did we make any of these yet? Common plates. Anyways, apparently I was trying to use reflector rods, and apparently absorber rods are going to be better. So I'm going to basically do a test here with GT6, and we're going to see did we make a Geiger counter in here yet? Can you make us a Geiger counter? Because I don't think I have one. I don't see one. But I'm basically I'm going to build the same reactor here that I built, or that I'm building in GT6, and then test to make sure that they both give off the same amount, because that should tell me if the recipe, the things are working as intended. I don't have any Cobalt 60 right now, so I can't do the Cobalt 61, but I can do the thorium one. Oh shit, this is going to take MV, isn't it? Because you're a dickhead. Yes, it is. Did we ever make an MV vendor? I don't think we did. We made an HV saw, but I don't think we made an MV bender. Alright, well, I need to make an MV bender. Oh, we want bender. Alright, so I need to make 4 motors. And the motors are going to be 2x copper, and we need steel magnetic rods. And get some aluminum rods. Okay, that. I need to get some more copper cables made.
Do you have any argon or neon or helium?
Yeah. We should have some from the air thing. We've got 989 neon and 989 argon. How much you need?
Just a bucket. 1 bucket of one of them.
Well, then you're going to have to turn this back on because we don't have a full bucket. We never automated it out of there because we didn't need them at the moment. Okay. So we need 2 of those and then 3 plates per. That's for the gear. That's for the plates. Get the plates in there. And make the gear. Didn't I grab the plates? I don't think I grabbed the plates. Okay, there's those. So now we got 2 of those, 2 of those, we got those. We need 2 good circuits, which means we need to... Holy crap. Coughing and sneezing fit. Need to make some circuits. Oh, we don't have any empty circuit boards.
Hope you don't mind that noise and outgassing a bunch of gas.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the oxygen and CO2.
Yeah, so that was dumping a bunch of oxygen with the wood pipe.
Yep. All the nitrogen. There's something missing right there. Why does that look weird? It looks really weird for some reason. Okay, there's our 2 basics. Turn those into good ones. I'm going to go ahead and make us some more basic boards, because we use a ton of them. And I need to get a casing made up.
I have to make a fluid can machine just to fill a Geiger counter.
Yeah, it would be nice if it was able to be done like in the input-output slot, if it worked like a bucket. But yeah, you're probably going to have to make a fluid canning machine for that. Because I don't think we have one you can use.
Yeah, only one we have so far, I think, is for the acid, which is full of acid.
Yeah, I think that's the only one we have. I don't know any other reason we would have made one.
Yeah, you gotta make 2 more pumps.
Yay! Everybody likes making pumps. Alright. Hopefully I can remember this is here. I'll put it right there. I need a tag set to 1, so I'm going to steal it out of this one for right now. Oh shit, we can put tags on the side of machines now. Oops. Don't do that. Hey, I got a tag set to 1 in my bag. Who'd have thunked it? There we go. I'm just getting ready to make one. Yes, I like making GT5 pumps so much I added an assembler recipe to the lot of them just to make it easier for the players. Yeah, we've got, I think, a recipe in here to make pumps too. Yeah, we can make them in the assembler as well. You just got to make, you know, all the things to supply it, which isn't difficult. We just, because we're trying to test rather than do a regular playthrough, most of the stuff that we're doing, we haven't actually gone through and fully automated everything like what I would like to do typically. We're just trying to get all the basic testing stuff done here, and then we'll do more of that when we get to the hard settings. Because over there it's going to be more required. Also, I thought you went to bed. Alright, this is more dynamic than fucking GT6. Why does my rods not stick out? You know, you'd be able to...
That.
I don't want you to answer that. My reactor needs Viagra. Now, how do I get the rods out of this? GT6 will use pincers. We have pincers in here?
Yeah, I had pincers just for this.
Oh, fucking hell, we have pincers. Alright, so I'm going to have to make pincers. And he blew it up. How the hell did that just happen, friends? Turn it on and instantly, boom. It's thorium, even if it didn't have coolant, which it did have. It should have at least taken a couple seconds to blow up. I'm calling bullshit. Good thing we're testing with thorium, something we got tons of. Well, pincers with... No, in GT6 they're curved plates, dude. He's just using the GT6 recipe without having curved plates. hard mode curve plates. I don't think he's adding curve plates. I'm not going to say for certain he's not going to, but I'm pretty sure he's not adding curve plates.
I have no plans to.
That's what I figured.
It would honestly just be paying because we have an anvil. So. I'm not doing the stupid rolling pin with hammer. Get curve plates.
Now, come on, we have to have a rolling pin. What's the women gonna beat creepers with if they ain't got a rolling pin? And no, you just use, well, early game would be an issue, but you just reuse the bender and have a bender with a tag set to 2, and instead of bending it into an ingot into a plate, it would bend the plate into a curve. But yeah, you'd have to have something for early game. Oh, that completely voided them out of there. And I can't even pull them out. Which makes sense. That's what they should do. They could always use the frying pan instead, especially if it's made of cast iron. Yeah, but I think they saved the cast iron skillet for slapping me with. Alright, so we got a few things he needs to check out with the reactor. Figure out why it instantly voided my rods, instantly blew up. And make it so we can tell what the content of them is. So we can check that it has fuel, because it most definitely should have. I want to go make sure we can pull this out with pincers. So give them one made of craponite. No. We've talked about this whole craponite thing. There is going to be no craponite in GTi, damn it. Okay, enable machine, disable machine. It said it's disabled. Why did it fucking blow up? I want to test my pincers. Motherfucker. Trends, it's not listening to it. Shut the fuck off. Fix your reactor. We're going to have cows dying around us if there was radiation right now. I've just literally blown up 2 fucking reactors in 5 minutes. It shouldn't still be hot.
Area filtration isn't done yet, so.
Good thing. And it shouldn't matter if it's still hot. If it's disabled, it's disabled. It's how it was in GT6. Disabled machine is just a disabled reactor is just like a disabled machine. It has no doing of anything. The reactor rod should not be basically engaged into the reactor. They're just supposed to be like sitting there above the reactor. They're in standby, not being affected. Think of it that way. And again, there should be coolant in there. It shouldn't be hot. I'm making more coolant now so we can... Well, I thought I was making more coolant now. Why do we not have distilled water in here? Because some asshole didn't hook up a distilled water fucking line, obviously. Hey, there is no fucking line running to that. Alright, who's the jackass that hooked up the thing with no line? I'd like to talk to the asshole in charge of this. Oh, okay, hold on. I might know the asshole in charge of this. I don't want to talk to him. He's an asshole. I don't know what you are, but you should not be up there. Could you get the fuck out of there, please? Thank you.
Hey, Bear.
Hmm?
About that nuke factor, you sure there's coolant inside it?
I put coolant inside of it.
No, because I was sneaking over it and I don't see anything in it. Nothing shows up in...
I didn't put coolant in it. I thought I put coolant in it. But it still shouldn't blow up instantly. It still should have like a max heat before it blows up. And this is thorium. It gives off like 8 neutrons a tick. So 8 times 8, 8, 8. That should not be enough to do it. That shouldn't have blown it up. Okay, I'm shifting over and it still doesn't say there's anything in it. And that one was the coolant one. The coolant is in there. Okay, it output 1 liter of coolant. It literally was only 1 liter that made it blow up. But shifting over it does not tell you shit, because there was coolant in there. Okay, there should be 1 liter of coolant in there currently. Are you getting all this on your list of things that need to be fixed with this reactor?
Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to look at it and do some extensive testing.
Okay, I'm making 1 more thorium rod today. If I blow up another one, we're done until you get it fixed. We're running out of zirconium at this point. Okay. It's now enabled. There's nothing coming through. It's now disabled. Instantly blew up. I'm done. Had enough of wasting my fucking zirconium. There was 30,000 coolant put in that bitch. That was what was in this drum. Here's another 15. buckets worth of coolant. Let's go see what happens when I put this in. Okay, nothing came out. The tank is empty, and that says there's nothing in it. So it's either voiding our coolant or not telling us what's in it. It's discovered bear was close and overheated. I don't doubt that. I wouldn't put that past anybody that they put in code for if bear touches explode. I honestly don't.
Well, that would be funny. I did not do that for the reactor.
It would not be funny. How close are you on the fluid canner?
I have the motors for the pumps.
I'm going to make the hull. You already have your circuits. I made those earlier. I'm going to make your rubber rings. Grab your rings while you're in there. You got the rotors made?
Not yet.
Okay. I cook up some tin. What in the hell is info text X? Is this coding jargon I'm not meant to understand, or is that a typo?
Mm-hmm.
In your to-do list, fix lang of info text X.
I meant by S, not X.
Oh. Also, why is the reactor not disabled when you disable it? Why'd I make the 10 screws? Oh, we need them for inputting them, but we don't need them for this part. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's soldering alloy. That's where it goes, right? Yeah, there we go.
Plates not.
I got the rings and plates, but I made screws too, like a dork. But don't we need the screws in the pump too?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's your screws. You've got the motors. You've got the pipes. We need more tin cables.
We need more tin cables.
Okay. I got the rotors made. So we should have everything we need. There's your rotors. And as long as you got 2 more cables in your inventory, you should have everything you need other than that. Except for the 2 glass above your head. Okay. Now, where to stick this? I'm going to say here. There you go. You got your bucket of helium or argon or whatever the fuck you're using. Neon. Okay, we got neon. When do we get a sign? Neutron level 0000 reactor block is off. Liar! You lie to me, Geiger counter. But it does look correct. So, there's your Geiger counter. I think we're done with testing today. He needs to get some sleep so he can get feeling better. He needs to work on the reactor. Hopefully we'll be back tomorrow. We can play around with the reactor a bit more. But if not, I will probably come on and get some mining done and work on getting this thing complete so we have our ore washer done. And hope y'all enjoyed. See you next time.